52 Traders, episode 56.
I trade more than 2,000 strategies, and most of those have a higher than 1 reward to risk ratio.
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another installment of the 52 Traders podcast. I'm Cam Hawkins, and today we're talking to Daniel Fernandez, PhD. He's an experienced Forex trader who started back in 2007. And the difference, I suppose, Daniel brings to the table is he's a purely mechanical automated trader. So he uses automated systems to trade the Forex markets. And you would have heard at the beginning of the show that he has over 2,000 systems in the markets at the moment. So without further ado, let's get Daniel on the show. Welcome, Daniel. Thanks for joining me here on the 52 Traders podcast this week.
Well, thanks a lot for having me.
It's my pleasure. Hey, look, I've already mentioned some of your highlights, and I know that's just a small part of your story. So can you tell the listeners a bit more about you personally and what first attracted you to trading?
Well, I studied something that has nothing to do with trading. I initially studied chemistry, and I continue to study chemistry. But initially, what attracted me to trading was the challenge. So I had a friend at the time who was getting into trading, and he talked to me about trading, and I decided to give it a shot, and then I fell in love with the challenge, and I started to really get into trading and to study it, and well, I've lived from it ever since.
Can you talk to us a bit more about like when you met your friend and he sort of told you about trading and you started getting into it? I mean, how did that all play out? If we go into the detail of maybe the first sort of first few months.
Yeah, okay, well, we actually were friends from high school, and then we lost touch a bit, and then when we were studying, I was studying chemistry and he was studying economics, and we met one day just like we hadn't met in a while, so we met and we started talking, and he told me, well, you know, I've started trading. He started with Forex trading, so he told me about this. And I was super excited about it. So at that time, I was going to go to the U.S. To live in the U.S. for a few months. So I started trading actually from the U.S. when I went there. I started exploring trading without talking to my friend. He just mentioned it when we met, and then I just went into it on my own when I was living in the U.S. And then it was a complete disaster. Like the first few months I traded were horrible. I made every mistake that you could possibly make.
And did you seek out any specific education at that point, or were you just like, I'm just going to jump in there and have a go?
Well, you know, you usually when you get into trading, you have access to a lot of information on the internet, and there's lots of trading books. So I went into them, and then it seems really easy because it's so easy to make money by chance. And then you see that it's not that easy. And then I remember my first Forex account that I started when I started trading. It was like a $400 account or something like that, and I lost it. It took me like 3 days to just wipe the entire account.
That's an achievement in itself. I'll give you that.
It's very easy and you get very excited because I remember the first trade I ever took. was a huge trade for the account size that I had, but I remember that I made something like, I had a $400 account and I made like $700. So I made I almost tripled my account. So it was almost doubled my account, sorry. Made almost a 200% profit. So that got me very excited, and I thought, well, this is very easy. And I think of myself as being smart, so I thought, well, I certainly can do this. And then I just hit a brick wall, and I lost that account.
And do you remember the very first strategy that you used with that account? I mean, was there a specific book that you were following that you could tell the listeners, if you can remember back that far?
No, I think I remember the first trading book I ever read. I think it was a book called Mastering the Trade. I remember it because I have it to remember not to ever read books like that ever again. But I mean, I don't have anything against the book in particular, but just like the type of teaching that the book suggests can work for people. So okay. It obviously didn't work for me at all. So I made all the mistakes I made I made them. I'm not blaming the book, but the mentality that made me pick up that book was the same mentality that made me make those mistakes.
Righty-ho. Let's get on with the rest of the questions. So there's a really good insight into how you started off in trading. So can you give the listeners some insight into your trading now? So what are you doing these days? So it's trading style, strategy, timeframes, average trade duration, all the sort of stats that go with what you do. Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long. And trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work, what we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart, so what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well, so how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running, so we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month, the broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy, so something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description, so if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.